So the other day I saw a video from the gamer, and the thumbnail basically insinuated that you could put GTA 5 for the PS3 in your PS1 and it would work. And nowhere in that video did they talk about that. So I tried it, but with my PS2. And fun fact, you can't do that. It'll do absolutely nothing. But what you can do is leave a like on this video for a chance to win a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS2, courtesy of my boy, Zach Nando. Jokes aside, however, today we have 10 facts that you may not have known about Grand Theft Auto in 2020. GTA hasn't had anything new in 7 years, and somehow we're still finding out new things. Number 10, in Grand Theft Auto 3, if you actually head over to an internet cafe, you can find a pretty cool Easter egg. The first one is a computer showcasing gameplay from Grand Theft Auto 1, and the computer right next to it's actually showcasing gameplay from Grand Theft Auto 2. But what's really cool is if you go over to number 9, the ice cream truck in Grand Theft Auto 4. So this truck is called Mr. Tasty, and what's cool about Mr. Tasty is that when you turn on the music for this truck and you drive, the faster you drive, the faster the music plays. And then the slower you drive, the slower the music plays. It's an interesting little detail that not too many people have ever picked up on. Number 8. So in Grand Theft Auto 5, you can find around the map dollar bills that have the GTA San Andreas cover girl on them. And while that's a pretty cool Easter egg that a lot of people thought was new to Grand Theft Auto 5, what a lot of people don't actually know is that this originated in Grand Theft Auto 4. One of the locations we can actually see this is inside of Comrade's bar. But what's crazy about this is that you are never allowed access to this bar outside of cutscenes. So with the use of mods, we're able to go inside of here and we can take a look around the bar and we can once again see the return or the origins of this Easter egg that we saw in Grand Theft Auto 5 with the dollar bills that have the San Andreas cover girl on them. Number 7. So Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is known for allowing players to do pretty much anything you want. You want to steal a jetpack from a high-level security military base in the middle of the desert? No problem. Travel to multiple cities via a jetpack? No problem. And just about anything else that you could imagine. But the one thing in San Andreas that you cannot do is, well, climb a ladder. That's right. There are no climbable ladders within GTA San Andreas. I'm not sure if this was, say, a developer error that was left out of the final version of the game by accident, or if Rockstar just decided, you know what? You can do anything you want in this game, but let's just go ahead and take away the ability to climb ladders. The worst part about this is if you're ever at the airport in San Fierro and you fall off into the water, you're going to have a long way to swim because you can't climb those ladders. Number 6, did you know that the founders of Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar Game actually appear in Rockstar games? So Sam Houser, one of the founders of Rockstar, he appears in Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City as the ammunition clerk in both games. But what's pretty cool about this is that Sam's mom, Geraldine Moffat, who is a retired British film and television actress who's 81 years old, actually appears in Grand Theft Auto 5 as the mother of Trevor. She voices Mrs. Phillips in her brief cameo, and she, in ways, resembles her real-life counterpart. But that's not it. The father of Sam and Dan Houser also appears in Grand Theft Auto 4 as a busker or a street performer. That's right. This character is actually modeled after him, and he was actually voiced by their father. So that's pretty cool. Now, the only sad thing is Dan Houser is the only brother or family member to not appear in a Grand Theft Auto game. Last month, there was a weird, mysterious bald man haunting lobbies in Red Dead Online, and we kind of speculated with a conspiracy theory that this was Dan Houser, but it's not. That's just the default multiplayer character model. Number 5, Claude from Grand Theft Auto 3. Did you know that he didn't actually have a name until GTA San Andreas? So when GTA 3 released in 2001, nowhere in that game does anyone refer to this silent protagonist as Claude. Before he was known as Claude, he was just the silent protagonist. But it wasn't until 3 years later, in 2004, when GTA San Andreas released, Claude made a cameo, and he's referred to as Claude. So for a period of 3 years, he never had a name. Number 4. So do y'all remember back in October 2018 when Dan Houser said that he's thankful to not be releasing GTA 6 during Trump's presidency due to things in the world today being beyond satire? Well, what's ironic about the next GTA not releasing within Trump's presidency is, first off, that's probably not true. We're still going to get GTA 6 whether he gets reelected or not. But what's ironic is Trump Towers is actually on the cover of Grand Theft Auto 1. That's right. Behind the Grand Theft Auto 1 logo on the official cover of the game is none other than Trump Towers. It's kind of funny sometimes how things in life work out, and over 23 years later, the Rockstar bosses would have never imagined they would be saying that when the man that they're saying they're not going to release the next Grand Theft Auto for is the cover on the origins of Grand Theft Auto. Number 3. So it's no secret that Trevor Phillips doesn't really have a care in the world, but what's also really cool is that, did you know Stephen Ogg, when he was voicing and acting out for Trevor, recorded lines in his underwear to better portray Trevor, and also because he wanted to stay in character and do the best that he could. And that's why sometimes when you switch to Trevor in GTA 5, he's in his underwear, because his actor literally recorded these lines in his underwear. Number 2, I actually discovered this on Twitter yesterday from a user by the name of Scully, and he tweeted 2 pictures of Grand Theft Auto 3, and it's nothing too special, but it's pretty interesting. It's kind of like the legendary Ghost Tower in GTA Vice City, but it is the texture for a sign that says petrol. But the closer you get to the sign, it will then turn into gasoline. So kind of something interesting there, just some different textures. Not sure how all that works, but that's a cool little fact that you may have never noticed in detail in Grand Theft Auto 3. And number 1, it was recently brought to my attention that in GTA San Andreas, depending on your driving skill, if it is super low, when backing up, CJ will look behind him. But if you have a high driving skill, CJ will only look in the rearview mirror. Now, upon further investigation, this is a myth that has been busted because it's simply just dependent on whatever vehicle you're driving. It's kind of random at times. But what you can do with a high driving skill versus a lower driving skill is actually drive with either 2 hands on the wheel if your driving skill is super low, but if you have a high driving skill, you will only drive like a pimp with 1 hand on the wheel. Now, this is determinate depending on what kind of vehicle you are driving, because some vehicles restrict you to 2 hands, like supercars and things like that, but if you have a high driving skill, for the most part, you will only have 1 hand on the steering wheel. Those are 10 facts about Grand Theft Auto that you may not have known in 2020. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you learned something new. If so, please click thumbs up, turn on notifications, and subscribe if you haven't. A little love goes a long way. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time.